We're part of the Fired Up Sports Network of shows. Please check out other Fired Up Sports Network podcasts like the P-Lot Pod, Water Cooler Talk, Bell Smashers, Philly Sports Love and Pain, Drunk on Broad, Beer Battered Sports, and the Fired Up Sports Show, which are available on all major podcasting hosting sites and social media. Also, check out Mark Ramos' Roundup on firedupsports.com, which breaks down the happenings going on with all your favorite local teams.
Eagles are Super Bowl champions.
Eagles! Swinging a miss, struck him out. The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Flyers are going to win the Stanley Cup. The Flyers win the Stanley Cup for the lead. Iverson, wow, what a fake off Daniels as he broke his ankles and got all the way to the cup.
What up?
What up? What's going on, Philly? Drunk
Let's
on
just
Broad,
start
baby.
it, Rich. Start it right now.
Drunk on motherfucking Broad. Dallas sucks.
It's fuck Dallas week.
It's
Fuck
fuck
Dallas.
Dallas week.
Dallas sucks.
That's all it is.
Let's just get that on deck right away.
Need to spray some Febreze because Dallas stinks. Oh, I got it in my eyes. All right, it burns.
Yeah,
It's all right. It's okay. Ooh.
Oh god.
Dallas week, baby. It is.
That's right.
It is my favorite time in the Eagles season. As I always say, the Eagles can go 2-15, and those 2 wins always have to come against Dallas. I don't care what you do, you beat Dallas. You beat those fucking teams.
This year, you're talking about the team that is 7-1.
7-1.
So we don't have to talk about only getting the wins versus the Cowboys.
Oh yeah.
We're just it. Sometimes it doesn't look pretty. Sometimes it looks a little funky.
It don't matter.
But we're stacking W's.
As long as we get W's, it don't matter. We'll figure it out one game. We'll figure it out. Rich,
you got teams like the 40 Winers scrambling to make trades to add other guys to their defensive line. You got the Cowboys with L's to the Cardinals on their menu. And you got this team that, granted, they got that one ugly one against the Jets where they drop it, but good Lord, this team looks like they're ironing out. They got things that they're ironing out every week. Every week seems to be going a little bit better. And frankly, I feel like going into the bye makes this it puts this game on another level. Yeah. Because what you got coming out of the bye. You're about to enter this gauntlet. And I saw a stat that like this 6-game stretch is the hardest 6-game stretch for any team in the NFL for any 6-game stretch throughout their entire schedule.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but
it will be.
I have faith. You saw what Kansas City did against Denver, which, oh my God, that game was atrocious. You saw what happens when you take away Travis Kelce, what Mahomes is capable of do, what those wide receivers can do, which is not a lot.
Nah. No, it looks very funky.
Dallas looked decent against a Rams team that just is not competitive. As much as the Rams are trying, they are not competitive. It's so hard because I was watching that game and it's like, oh man, they're finally targeting CeeDee Lamb. It took them 8 weeks to actually throw the guy the ball.
Right.
So, I mean, hey, you figured something out, right? But they're totally beatable. Their defense isn't that good. Their offense is shaky at best. We'll see what their offensive line can do against our defensive line. And looks like Jalen Carter's a full go.
Hell
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with Roby, if he can, possibly play on Sunday. But I'm feeling good. I watched, this week's Washington game. A lot of takeaways. Desai is pissing me the fuck off. This off zone bullshit is just not working. You see what happens when you got guys like Eli Ricks and Darius Slay and Bradbury when they're able to press. Tyreek Hill was catchless against Eli Ricks when Eli Ricks was in his grill. But the next game you decide to play off and let Sam Howell go 18 of 19 on you in the first half and drop like 2 touchdowns and almost 200 yards. Like, what the fuck are you doing? How can your defensive line get pressure when you're just leaving guys wide open?
That to me was the most maddening part about this game against the Redskins, right? They take the Redskins. They take the Commanders, whatever the fuck they're called. They suck. They're eternally suck. It doesn't matter if they got a new owner right now, right?
Yeah.
You saw them trade away half their defensive line.
Yep.
At this point, right? Montez Sweat gets traded to the Bears. Chase Young gets traded to the 49ers. But I got to be honest, the part that is most maddening is that you get the defensive game plan that you had to take out the Dolphins. Yeah. And you basically hold that vaunted Dolphins offense that put up 70 to 7 points there are 10 points on offense.
Yeah.
And then you turn Sam Howell into fucking Dan Marino, and he's just out there slinging the ball. I'm trying to I want to say he's 39 of 52. How he was
18 and 19 at one point.
Yeah, but how you let him drop back? You let him drop back 52 times, and you only get 1 sack. Like you didn't have the defensive game plan to be able, like, it was fucking all slant routes. It was all short yardage. And you saw his deep ball inaccuracy because he should have had another touchdown because I want to say it wasn't Dotson. Who was it? It was
McLaurin?
the one. No. It was a dude with a weird fucking name. Can't remember it. I'm going to look it up real quick just because.
Deontay Carter?
No. Hold on. Rambo. Charleston Rambo?
Oh, I don't fucking know.
Nope. Whatever. One dude.
There
was a dude. Whoever. Fucking dude that dropped the dude that dropped the ball. Yeah. Right? But he's got, like, you get this scenario where, like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, press man, do the same fucking thing that they're doing, even after that first drive. Right? Yeah. That first drive where he's got like 7 or 8 straight completions. Fucking, like, press the guys. Get up on top of them. Like,
that's
close that gap.
Adam, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, brother?
It's just one of those situations where you look at it and you're like, what the fuck? All you have to do is press these wide receivers. Because you see what happens when Sam Howell has to hold on to the ball. When Sam Howell's able to get the ball out in under 2 seconds, what do you think is going to happen? You're not going to sack him. Yeah. I don't care how fast you are. It takes longer than 2 seconds for, the defensive line to get free. Let's be real. But it takes less than 2 seconds for a wide receiver who's running a 3-yard pass to get open. And then they're playing 10 yards off them. So that slant play goes into 8 or 9 yards. So it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, decide. Press these wide receivers, please. And I'm not going to lie, Dallas's wide receiving core is definitely better than Washington's. So what are you going to do?
God, yeah.
You're just going to let CeeDee Lamb get 16 catches for 200 yards across the middle?
I get this feeling, Rich, that you're going to see the game plan that you're going to see for the Cowboys game is going to be very, very similar to the game plan that you saw for the Dolphins game.
I hope so, because that was the best the defense looked.
And I think the game plan, and we'll talk about this a little bit more later, but, like, I think you get pressure right? The more that you get pressure on Dak Prescott, the more he's prone to making mistakes. So
yeah, he's a garbage can.
I'm looking at this and going, I got to have a better game plan than I had. I also think it's a travesty that like the run to pass ratio for the Eagles was way off.
Yes.
And I think DeAndre Swift only had like 2 or 3 carries in the first half. Like
they did it again.
He's got to get the ball. Like how are you not seeing this game plan? And why the fuck is Kenny Gainwell in the game? You want to play him between the 20s, whatever. But like if you're on the goal line, your best option at running back is fucking DeAndre Swift. Like,
yes.
He's a dude. Do you see the one play, Rich, where he was fucking angry running?
Yes.
And he trucked the dude, and the dude fucking went like 5 yards.
Yeah, that was before his touchdown.
Like, that makes no sense to me. Like, if he's down on the goal line, give him the fucking ball. Because he's not giving up the ball.
Well, our red zone offense is absolutely atrocious, close to non-existent. And Brian Johnson just gets down there and just forgets how to fucking call plays. It's like, Brian, drum up some fucking quick hitters, drum up some fades, drum up some runs. Hey, first down in the red zone. Let's run. Not a quarterback run. Let's let DeAndre Swift get us closer. And then, hey, second down, we run it again. Third down, we're at the 1, tush push. And guess what? Fourth down, brotherly shove. We just do it again.
Right.
Like, and they're like, oh my God, they stopped the brotherly shove. I didn't even see how the ball was fumbled because the angle was so terrible.
Yeah, it looked at like they kind of like the snap never got back to Hurts.
Yeah.
And that line started moving before he even had the ball. And it just never ever looked like it got back to him.
No, it was just fucking strange. Like that whole, and I couldn't even see a replay. Like Fox is terrible.
But at the same time, Rich, like you put up 30, this offense put up 38 points and turned the ball over twice in the 5.
Yeah.
Like this game very easily could have been, a 50 burger without even sniffing. Like you could have put up 50. You should have put up 50 points, and then
they should have.
The game's so out of hand in the third quarter that you probably see Marcus Mariota. So Rich, talk to me about AJ Brown. But AJ Brown,
he's phenomenal. He's my man is the definition of. He's the definition of always open. He set the record for 125 plus yard games and a touchdown.
Six straight.
6 straight. Beat Calvin Johnson's record, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and Calvin Johnson.
He ends the game with he's got eight catches, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. The 2 touchdowns.
Oh, were ridiculous.
Were fucking ridiculous. The one he goes up, Moss is the guy with one hand, comes down, gets both feet in. The other one, he comes back to the ball. Like it just you can just get him the ball, right? And I love the fact that they also got, they got Devontae Smith in the mix. They get him. He had 99 yards and a touchdown.
Julio.
And then Rich, so you were talking about the quick hitters, right? Because I love that formation to be able to put him in the slot, and be able to get that quick hit in
going up against a linebacker or a smaller nickel
play to get him lined up against that guy. Because
don't catch that.
All you gotta you saw him be able to body the guy, box the guy out, catch the ball, go up and get. He got hit in the mouth and came up smiling. And I love the fact that I love the response from the team. I love that team response. That like everybody was hyped for him.
Yeah, it was fucking cool to see. And that's exactly why you bring Julio Jones in. He is a solution to the red zone. And now you got another big body to cover. Only makes it easier for everybody else to score. And we need to keep that rolling. We need to see better play calling out of defense, and we need to see better play calling on offense. We got to stay balanced. I love the pass heavy, but we really are at our best when we stay balanced. And stop with the running on second down bullshit. If you're going to pass on first, just fucking run it. Just run the fucking ball on first. Stop with this pass, or stop with the pass, then the run. Like, it's so fucking predictable. Like, Brian Johnson's play calling is just absolutely predictable. You get down in the red zone, what's going to happen? It's going to be a quarterback draw, and it's going to be for -2 yards. Then it's going to be a terrible fucking play, and then another terrible fucking play, and then we kick a field goal.
Yeah.
He needs to figure it out because he's honestly he's not cutting it. And Desai is just, I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but I'm also not a fan. Talent is outweighing coaching on both sides of the ball, and it only gets you so far. Like, we need our coaching to be better. And if the players are watching film, those coaches better be watching films on how to stop these guys, because you're not going to be able to play soft against Dallas. You're going to have to come up. You're going to have to chip. CeeDee Lamb's a smaller dude. Push him off his line, get the timing wrong, and then you let Hassan Reddick and Jalen Carter feast. Like, let the boys eat.
Yep. So anything else you glean out of this game, right? They come back. They're up 38-24. They go up. They get the. I love the wrinkle of the tush push, the halfback sweep off the edge.
It's a great play.
I think anything that you can do off of that play makes that is just going to continue to make that play more effective.
Exactly, because everybody's going to get ready for that, and you can do a little. Okay, well, I don't know if you're going to do it, and then a little pitch to AJ Brown, who's behind him, and AJ Brown could take it to the house. DeAndre Swift could take it to the house. Like, whatever, slip and slide, we'll take it to the house.
Yeah,
they got that fire.
I'm waiting for the misdirection, right? The turnaround handoff fake, but there's a guy coming underneath that's going the opposite way.
Yeah,
like the fake handoff with the shovel pass way outside.
Yeah,
there's so many variations of this that I think inevitably make this right. They show off the fake tush push pass early on a 2-point conversion when they were up big, but I think
it was done.
Anything that at the same time, though, Rich, I heard someone talk about it. Like, you put that on tape, and now that's something else that they have to prepare for.
Yeah.
Right. So anything that you can put on tape that makes the team have to prepare more.
Yeah.
Especially for that one play, right? Because you're not only preparing for the tush push play, but now you're preparing for the sweep, for the pass, and then what are the other variations? Because I guarantee you there are 3, 4, 5 other variations off of that they have on the playbook that they just wait. They wait for the right minute to be able to do it. And I think in a way you could have run the clock out at that point, right? You could have taken a knee, because they're out of timeouts. You kind of play with fire to be able to let that take a minute and go to they go down and score a touchdown in less than a minute. Thankfully they can get the onside kick. They kneel the clock. And game's over. But there's a lot. There's still the turnovers and stuff they got to clean up. But Jalen Hurts plays really well.
Yeah.
Ends the game with 319 and 4 touchdowns. Like, he may not be playing on that MVP level, but definitely playing really, really well, kind of going into the stretch.
Yeah, and this is where he becomes the team MVP in this stretch coming up. Taking care of the ball.
Oh yeah.
No turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
You see this going forward against these better teams, and you're going to see the success, and then you're going to see the doubters say, all right, I was wrong. Because, we'll give you criticism when you're doing bad, and we'll give you praise when you're doing good. He wasn't looking too good. He was absolutely sucking. And the last game was a turnaround game. But that's what you expect from great leaders and great players. So I had my faith was unwavering. I just needed him to figure it out. And he did.
I love that.
And I'm really not concerned. Washington sucks, and now Washington going forward is going to be even worse. So,
yeah, they're going to be bad. Yeah, we'll get to face Chase Young a third time.
Yeah,
with the 49ers, but they see they're in desperation mode. Like I think they're.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
Sure.
Let's talk about that for a minute before we get into Dallas. That move is one. It's actually a smart trade because they basically traded a comp pick for him, and they're not going to have money to sign him anyway, so they're an all in. But how are you going to use all these defensive linemen? You're going to rotate them in. That's fine. Keep fresh legs. But when your secondary is absolutely atrocious, it doesn't matter. Joey Bosa's on the team, right? Or is it Nick? Nick Bosa.
Nick Bosa.
Yeah, Nick Bosa has more N-bombs than sacks this year. Like, let's be real. He's probably said the N-word way more than he had sacks, that piece of shit. 3 sacks all year for a guy who's supposed to be this MVP caliber defensive lineman. Get the fuck out. 3 sacks? And then you bring on Chase Young, who is always fucking hurt. To add to this
always hurt
defensive line.
When you look
shit. Like,
no, he's been absent. You look at where they are in terms of like their depth. Like Chase Young is a guy who to me is a lot of bark and not a lot of bite. Like he's a guy who has flashes of being this like monster player. But when you sit back and look at his overall production, there's a lot of other guys that are deemed pedestrian that have better stat lines than him.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't see the idea that makes them exponentially better. I don't see it when I compare that move to the move that the Eagles made. And I want to get your thoughts because, you know, we didn't get a chance to talk about it last week, but the move for Kevin Byard on the back end of this secondary, you now got an all middle Tennessee State, you know, back end. You know, you got him and Reed Blankenship.
Yeah.
I think having him play with an all-pro guy who's, you know, a couple years ago leading the NFL in interceptions, a former all-pro, right? You got a lot of guys with experience playing with a lot of young guys, and I think that's only going to lead to a lot of production, you know, down the road.
Yeah. It's just if the 49ers didn't have Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw, they would be shit. Because they're the
you're not right.
Too.
You're not wrong.
And their defense is terrible. So them going out and grasping at straws for Chase Young and trying to bolster that defensive line, you can't get home when every team is quick passing you. Like, you're going to lose games that way. And then your offense, you know, fails to score points. It's CMC or no one. It's literally CMC is their whole offense. Receiving and rushing. And guess what? If you hold them to 1 touchdown, you win the fucking game.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you saw them get neutralized really quickly. And I also think, Rich, that they're also seeing Brock Purdy kind of come back to earth.
Brock Purdy is Jimmy G 2.0.
That's it.
He's going to be in the same spot where Jimmy G is right now in 2-3 years.
A couple years from now.
On the fucking bench. Because he can't throw the ball accurately deep. The reason why Brock Purdy gets his dick sucked off by every single person in the media is because he is the king of the negative 2-yard pass. Jimmy G did the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Debo's out. He'll come back, get hurt again. But guess what? Debo is that dude. Debo's the guy. You throw the ball to him, and then you let Debo run. Same thing with CMC. You hit him on a swing pass where he's 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. He makes 3 guys miss and takes it for 40 yards. That's not on Brock Purdy. It's a completion and it's yards, but it's not on Brock Purdy. It was like when fucking Jimmy Garoppolo the one game had like when Debo ran for like a 70 and 80-yard touchdown. He was like 6 of 8 for almost 200 yards. Bro, your average pass, they showed like the stat is average pass was 2 yards.
Jesus.
Everything was after the run. And that's what this 49ers team is. It's after the run. And our linebackers have been playing well and can sniff that shit out. I am not worried about that fucking team.
No. And you're going to play them at home. Right. And they don't have, like, they've got a nice little stretch coming up, right? They're going to play the Jags on Sunday. The Jags are no slouch.
Yeah, Jags are no joke.
Right. They're going to go play the They play the Bucks at home, but then they play at the Seahawks. They play at the Eagles.
Yeah.
And then they play the Seahawks at home. And then they're going to play. Right, they got a cupcake in Arizona, but then they're going to have to play the Niners. The Niners are going to play the Ravens on Christmas.
Yeah.
They've got a decent stretch. It's not nearly the gauntlet that the Eagles are going to play, but they've got a couple games that are going to give them a test. And if they don't watch themselves, Rich, they may end up not winning this division. They may end up, because right now the Seahawks are on top of that division at 5-2, having lost one less game.
Yeah.
But you could very easily see the Seahawks in a spot where they've got a decent enough team, and the 49ers they've got a couple more losses on their schedule.
Yeah.
If
they were in a better division, they wouldn't even make it. Like, they're lucky that Seahawks are boom or bust, and the other two teams in the division are fucking terrible.
Yeah, they're garbage, right? Arizona's terrible, right? They're going to try to welcome back Kyler Murray at some point, I'm sure.
Oh,
right,
God.
but they got a rookie starting right now because they trade Josh Dobbs to the Vikings because Kirk Cousins tears his ACL.
Yeah.
And the Rams are what they are. They're both kind of bottom feeding division teams right now.
And the NFC North is fucking trash.
It's fucking terrible. Detroit's going to
every single division except the East is trash.
Yeah, I would agree. But that kind of leads me like when we kind of looked ahead at this schedule, this gauntlet of games doesn't look nearly like the gauntlet like it was when we thought it was at the beginning of the season. Because if I'm looking right, after this Cowboys team is kind of where I think we thought they might be.
Yeah.
But the team's coming out right. The Chiefs have looked vulnerable, right? They've dropped the opening game to the Lions. They dropped this last game and look horrible against the fucking Broncos. And then you're going to play a Bills team that has
they're struggling,
not looked great. You got the 49ers that are could be coming off losing 3 out of 4 or maybe 4, right? I wouldn't be surprised if Trevor Lawrence puts together a game and is able to kind of go kind of ball out with Calvin Ridley. And then you're going to face the Cowboys again.
Yeah.
Like I just you're and that's the one thing that I'm looking at, that game and then the next game, the 10th and the 17th, when they go at the Cowboys and then at the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me if they stay out west somewhere instead of flying home and then flying back.
Oh, yeah, they should.
Seattle.
I mean, I don't think I would come home. I think that would be fucking stupid. You have to kind of
Right.
stay out there and just, practice because you can't be flying dudes back out like that. Maybe we'll go 1-1 in that, or maybe we'll go 2-0. But it's just, we never play well in Seattle. We'll talk about that when we get there. But, I have good feeling about this Sunday. We got Dallas at home. Don, what do you think, brother? What do you think is going to happen?
Well, listen, Rich, let's bring people back on the commercial break. We're going to talk all things fucking the Cowboys because fuck them.
Oh, cliffhanger, baby. Let's get it.
So listen, we'll play the commercial on the back end. It's all things Dallas sucks.
Von C. Brewing Company is a 20-barrel, 16,000 square foot microbrewery with a 2,500 square foot tasting room, including a spacious outside beer garden in Norristown, PA, in the heart of Montgomery County. The Von C. family is part of the family that started C. Schmidt and Son Brewing in 1860. Stop in Wednesday through Sunday and taste a variety of draft and 16-ounce cans of originally brewed beer and tell them the Drunk on Broad crew sent you. Von C. Brewing is located at 1210 Stenbridge Street, Suite 300 in Norristown. Cheers.
Team Clicks are the only glasses for real sports fans. With interchangeable arms, you can support all of your favorite teams, or even make and create custom options as well. These die-hard sports fans have realized that sports fans needed something other than face paint to show their love and passion for their teams. Go to teamclicks.com/DOB and show your love for your hometown team.
La Torrent's curated collection of men's and women's watches is a perfect investment that lasts for years to come and fits perfectly with your every outfit and style. Our range of classic watches aren't just a great perfect formal and casual accessory, but a time machine that takes you back to memories. Explore our collection of timeless watches that can reflect your taste, personality, and personal style. Our exclusive collection of carefully curated, affordable luxury watches is what you need to make a personalized style statement. You can take pride in your prized possession, handing it over to the next generations as your most loved asset that they can also own and display with the same pride. These high-quality pieces stand the test of time, giving exceptional value and return on your investment. Go to la-touraine.com and use code DOB at checkout and get 10% off.
If you're looking for unique sports apparel, check out Streaker Sports. They've dug deep into the archives and have brought back some incredible defunct team logos and have even created entire defunct league collections. They also have collections paying homage to sports culture, including the Miracle on Ice, Slap Shot, Caddyshack, the Mighty Ducks, and even have a license with Wiffle Ball and USA Hockey. Only for Drunk on Broad listeners, use code BROAD at checkout to get 10% off anything at streakersports.com. Again, that's 10% off anything at streakersports.com with discount code BROAD.
All right, we're back. We're back with all things
Fuck
Cowboys
Dallas.
suck. Fuck Dallas.
Cowboys.
Here we go. So,
Suck,
right,
you suck,
Rich,
you suck.
I'm going to start with this.
What do you got?
This game to me, super
Yes.
important for the standings, right? Because right now in the standings, you're already 2 games up on the Cowboys.
Got to get 3, baby. Especially
If you get a chance to put 3 games between you and the Cowboys, that essentially makes it damn near impossible for them to kind of climb out of that without a monumental collapse from the Eagles.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, this is a game that you need to win. I think this is like a must-have victory for the Birds, especially going into this tough 6-game stretch.
Especially going into the bye.
Yeah, going to the bye, rolling, setting it up, going into the bye. Make Dallas panic. And I just only thing I see in my head is a big game from AJ Brown. I think he just continues, and you see AJ Brown's dominance just continue. I don't see how this isn't set up for an AJ Brown 200-yard game. I think it's one of those games where they come out firing finally on all cylinders. Yeah. I think, they play Dallas very weird. It's either they crush them or it's close. And I think it's one of those crush them games. I have faith that this defensive line is going to get home. I mean, it's Dallas. Like, you play amped up, you play extra when it's Dallas. And I think this offensive line is ready to go and ready to stop that pass rush. And let's be real, you got one guy in the middle, number 11, you really got to worry about. And then other than that, you got I don't even know who the fuck's back there in that secondary. No Trevon Diggs, who I think is burnt toast anyway. So to me, it's whatever. But you get to put yourself in a situation where you can be up 3 games going into the bye, and to make a statement, everybody has Dallas being there as a contender, as, one of those juggernauts, Super Bowl teams, show them why you're a league above them. Make Dallas.
I think this is a show me game. Right. This is a game where you put the NFL on notice to say, we're far and away the best team in this division. We're far and away the best conference. We're not pissing away games. We're not losing the game. We're not losing games that we should win. This to me screams of you kind of get in and dig in early, and just you make it not even a battle. You put them out of their misery early in the third quarter. and I think you start that from the jump.
Yeah.
To me, I'm looking at the defense. I'm looking for a game plan similar, like we talked about, similar to the Dolphins game, where you kind of get up, press man, you kind of put your guys in the best position to shut their best guys down. And I think you put Dak Prescott in a spot where he's got to be the guy that wins you the game, because we've seen where
Him
he's
not be-
at. We've seen him under pressure. We've seen him when he's got to be the guy that's got to move the ball in big games. And he's normally a guy that can't do it. Like he does have a successful record against the Eagles for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah.
But in big games, I feel like this is a guy that I'm going to make him beat me. But I'm going to put all the pressure on everybody else. I'm going to make it really hard for CeeDee Lamb to get open. I'm going to make it really hard for their weapons, their guys on their depth chart to be able to get in space. I think the more that you crowd the line, the more difficult you make it for Tony Pollard to get yards. You throw the gauntlet at them in terms of the guys that you got on this defensive line, and you let guys like Jalen Carter, you let guys like Jordan Davis, you put these guys in position to make plays all day long, and you're going to see what happens when you put pressure on Dak Prescott.
Don, I agree 1,000%. You let these young dogs run, and you introduce them to Jalen Carter and say, this is what you're going to have to go against for a very, very long time.
For the next fucking decade.
Get used to it, because this is going to be a fucking problem. And I cannot wait to see what he does, what Jordan Davis does. And as much as I love Brandon Graham, as much as I love him, I need to see more Nolan Smith.
Yeah.
Nolan Smith is just that high motor coming off the edge. I need to see a little bit more of him. And sorry, Brandon, but your presence there is a veteran. We didn't need that speed on the edge.
I think you're seeing the snap counts diminish. I think he only was on the field for like 12 or 13 plays on Sunday. I think the more that you can get Josh Sweat on the field, the more that you can get Hassan Reddick and Josh Sweat coming off the edge, the more dynamic this defense is when you put those two guys on the edge and you put Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter in the middle, and you say, pick your poison. Who are you going to double team? Because you're going to leave two guys one-on-one. You're going to leave three guys one-on-one unless you're packing the double tight ends in. And then you're running 2 or 3 wide receivers on 6 or 7 DBs. Like, good fucking luck. I love the depth of this, right? You're going to see, guys like fucking Milton Williams. You're going to see guys like Fletcher Cox. Those guys are going to be able to get pressure, because I think that's a place where the matchup favors the Eagles. When you compare their offensive line to our defensive line, I think we're kind of definitely shades above the Cowboys' offensive line.
I agree, man. I mean, I'm looking at a skill position where they dominate, and it's really hard to see where. I would take the Eagles in every single skill position, and it's not even close. Maybe linebacker, just because they have Micah Parsons. So I give them the edge in linebackers, and that's it. Go ahead.
No, they have they have weapons on the defensive line, right? DeMarcus Lawrence is still a guy that can kind of wreck a game. When he can, but I think when you match between him and Micah Parsons, right? Those are guys that can get anywhere they want on the field. But I think when you match up the strength of the Eagles' offensive line, I think it kind of mitigates their ability to be that game record type of player.
Yep.
So that to me says, all right, well,
Lane Johnson is his father.
Right. When you talk about Lane Johnson, when you talk about Jordan Mailata, you're probably going to get Jurgens back playing guard. So your offensive line is more solidified, right? So now you're looking at the best offensive line in football, matching up against, if your only job is to mitigate those couple guys, right? Guys like Maisie Smith and Jonathan Hankins and Osa Ojuwaje, like those are guys that don't scare me. Not when you're matching up against this offensive line.
Exactly.
And I think if I'm the Eagles, Rich, how let me ask you, what's the offensive game plan to mitigate the defensive line?
For the Eagles?
Yeah.
You run the ball down their fucking throat. Set up play action. Hit A.J. Brown deep. Look at Dallas Goedert across the middle. Well-executed screenplays. And make sure that when you're going, you're attacking the outside. As much as I would say run between the tackles, you're running right into Micah. Stretch it, go outside. Swift with the one hit, quick hit, boom, bounce to the outside. Attack these corners, make them come up and try to hit you. Attack the outside linebackers. Yeah, DeMarcus Lawrence is whatever he wants to be. If I am the Eagles, I'm going right to his side. Lane Johnson out there for the lead block. Not too worried about it. I just don't see where the Eagles can fumble this bag besides shooting themselves in the foot. And let's be real, we need to stop with the turnovers, and we really need to start winning in the turnover department. Because I think that'll, that's key. We need to win on the turnover battle side, because we really haven't done it all year.
Yeah, listen, I think like what I was going to say was like you run the ball right at their strength, right? Wherever Michael Parsons is, if you're running the ball, run right at him, because the more that you can box him and not let him run in space, the more that you mitigate his ability to be able to get anywhere he wants on the field. And then for me, Rich, just like you said, everything comes off the run, right? So those short, quick hitting. Right, if you want to hit Julio Jones on the slant out of the slot, you want to throw a double move and let AJ Brown get deep. I think, and not to jump ahead a little bit, but I'm with you on the big day AJ Brown kind of thing. I think, I'm looking at he's probably going to get matched up against a guy in Stephon Gilmore who, to be kind, is past his prime.
Yeah,
I think AJ Brown kind of gives him the business. Guy that I'm not. There's nobody in their secondary that scares me when I'm talking about AJ Brown.
Yeah.
AJ Brown is putting himself in the elite echelon of wide receivers, and good God, the fucking Tennessee Titans. If I were the Tennessee Titans, Rich, and I saw a 215 number, I'd break the phone, and throw it in the fucking car.
I'd burn it down.
Like the fact that they
how we got that GM into like GM school or college.
It's a new GM too. It's a different GM. The first guy that traded AJ Brown to the Eagles ended up getting fired.
Well, obviously, Don.
Did you not learn the lesson of trading an All-Pro to the same exact team and only
I'm watching the game on the side right now, Don. I can see why he got fired. Jesus Christ.
Because
this fucking team he put together. Fucking more bad Thursday.
I think that's another day. That's another day, another conversation, Rich. But I think for me, like I'm looking at this place, at a place where I can find a lot of ways for them to win, and the only way that they lose is the same way they lost the game against the Jets. Is they beat themselves.
Yep. I mean,
what's your big play, Rich? What's your big play? What's your prediction?
Oh, my big play is a Jalen Carter strip sack recovery. That is my big play of the game. I think, my offensive player of the game, I got, AJ Brown, 9 for 202 and 2. Yep, 9 for 202.
Keeping the streak alive.
Keeping the streak alive and just dominating, stepping on the star, doing it all, pissing everybody off.
Oh, Rich, we're playing at home, Rich. This game's at home.
Oh yeah, this game's at home. Sorry, but still pissing everybody off because Dallas fans. John had one of those THC drinks feeling a little good. And I knew they were playing at home. So yeah, what? And Jalen Carter saying 3.5 sacks for Jalen Carter.
Ooh,
I think this is the game where Jalen Carter goes, "Welcome to Philly. I'm gonna be here a while." Yeah, thanks, Rain. Thanks, Rain Dakota. Bitch
it's gonna be making it rain.
And making it rain fucking interceptions. I'm not gonna turn the ball over no more. Pick six.
I love it. Listen, I'm Rich. I'm gonna stay on the outlet. Last week I was trying to go super bold. You know, we had Kylie stepped in on Saturday to kind of fill in, and I went. I thought the defense would have 10 sacks. I was just trying to go like super bold.
Yeah,
because I was like, I saw Sam Howell getting, he had
by
at that point been sacked 40 times, like leading the league and getting sacked. And I was hey, go figure, right? They get the 1 sack on almost the last play on defense with Hassan Reddick.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking that we get another. Oh wait, I'm gonna go Adam first. Adam is going 35-17.
I didn't even get my score. Yeah, I'll get my score.
The Cowgirls.
Fuck the Cowgirls. We can't compare the Cowboys to the Cowgirls anymore because Cowgirls work way harder than those Dallas Cowboys ever do. So shout out to the Cowgirls out there for
I love it.
holding it down, and fuck the Cowboys.
I love it. Well, listen, Rich, I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna keep it bold.
Let's go.
I think you have 200-yard receivers.
Okay.
And I think you have a 100-yard rusher.
Okay.
I think Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown both get 100 yards. I think DeAndre Swift gets over 100 yards rushing. And I think Jalen Hurts, I think he's breaking hearts. I think he's throwing for over 4.
Let's go. Let's go.
I think it's a big statement game. I think this is a big win. I think they put up a lot of points. I think this is like I love Adam's score. I think it's in that range. I think it's a 35, 38, 42, something like that. It's a lot of points. I think we're going to be busy at the link. I think the fireworks, I think they might run out of fireworks at the link.
Hell fucking yeah.
So I'm going big. I need a big pick me up going into the bye. I need to. This is one, Rich, we got to live off for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need a lot, but I'm thinking this is a good place to kind of kick off this important stretch of the season. On another note, Rich,
38.
38-10?
No, 38-28. Eagles are up 35 going into the fourth quarter, and it's 35-14, and Dallas scores 2 meaningless touchdowns, and we kick a field goal. That's what I got. We pull the offense. We say, fuck it. We're good. Let's go into the bye rested. We're up 21 points. We'll be all right going into the fourth quarter. I like it.
I like it.
Oh.
So, Rich, just to continue this.
Yes.
Give me – do you have Eagles-Cowboys moments that are kind of etched into your brain?
Fucking Terrell Owens game versus the Cowboys. Yes.
It's standing on a star.
Fucking, man, that was great. And then he went back to him, so fuck him. But we still love T.O. I mean, there's
100%.
Just moments of just, having to sit there and fucking Tony Romo for all those fucking years, remembering a little bit of Aikman. And it's just like, it's hard because I feel like those are the games where I black out because I get so fucking amped up and so angry that I can't really put a memory on it. But I can tell you, against Falcons, the fucking Crumpler hit, fucking Saints game, fucking Reggie Bush gets crushed. And it's just fuck, man. It's just Dallas is it's one of those things where you lose, you wipe it from your memory. You don't dwell on it.
Yeah.
It just you can't let it haunt you. But just watching the games with my dad, just, growing up and how fucking important it was to beat Dallas. It's like those times will always be in my head.
I love it. Listen, Rich, some of the first things that come to mind, right? Like the Cowboys rivalry, right? You beat them in the 1980 NFC Championship game to go to the Super Bowl. That's a huge monumental piece in this town. And I think, like, especially with all the Kelly Green stuff coming back, right? The 4th and 1 where they stop them on 4th and 1 and then they stop them again.
Yeah,
right?
so
Like,
Adam put down.
that those moments where you get that you have those opportunities. How about, Rich, the game in Dallas where it's the start of the 2000 season, the pickle juice game, right? Where it's hot as fuck out there, and you get you got who's the fucking trainer? Who's the guy that followed Andy Reid?
I forget, but I remember the
fucking. But so he's got the pickle juice on the sideline, right? They do the onside kick to start the game, like that whole thing. You get the whole TO that era where he the one game was it a playoff game when they beat, I think it was a playoff game when they beat them 44-6.
That's
they
what
go
Adams
down.
they get for the 44-6 route.
Oh, that was great. You get the 44-6, right? You get I think in that game there might have been two like 90+ yard fumble returns. Like you get guys. There's just, how about the McNabb play? The McNabb play where he scrambles around for like, what does he scramble around for like 14 seconds? Throws the ball to Freddie Mitchell.
Yeah, man.
It's just there's so many cool moments, right? But like there was one game. God, what was it? There was one game where they had was it Jordan Matthews? Jordan Matthews scored on a overtime.
Yeah. Fucking Jordan Matthews, tight end now. Tight end Jordan Matthews.
Is he still in the fucking league?
He just got signed by Carolina to their practice squad.
Yeah. Like the pickle shots. Listen, I don't think they were doing pickle shots. It was more like the pickle aid, but pickle shots.
No picklebacks on the sideline. That was Marshawn Lynch. I would drink a bottle of Henny before a game. I don't know how my man ran drunk, but God bless him.
Oh, good God.
God bless him.
But like, there's a ton of great memories. Right. In that 40, I'm just looking up some stuff, Rich. In that 44-6 game, right? Brian Dawkins, he then has the strip sack that gets returned by Chris Clemens. Like there's so many great games, so many great moments. I love what this brings out in terms of the battle within the franchise, Rich. And I gotta call my kid's bus driver out. So every morning when he comes, the kids get picked up. I'm at the bus stop. He opens the door. The whole fall, he and I are like one-on-one going back and forth with he's always wearing his Philly stuff. I'm wearing the Philly stuff. We're talking about the Philly stuff. This dude is a fucking Cowboys fan. I love my dude. But he showed up on Monday in the Cowboys jersey, driving the bus.
It shouldn't take that bus ever again.
And I really questioned myself putting the kids on the bus all week. Like, oh God, it hurt. It hurt because we were bonded. We were like thick as thieves going, and like, bus driver Jay, what is the deal? You're killing me here because
you're on my list.
Oh, Jay.
You're Don's kids, and I'm coming for you.
Listen, he gets them to and from safe, but like.
But God damn it, you're a
but I thought we were bonded, and then
I was hoodwinked, deceived.
I was
deceived,
and a Cowboys fan of all things. I'm going. No, you've been wearing Philly stuff all fucking fall. What are we doing here? We've been talking Philly sports the entire time, and then we're just springing the Cowboys thing on me. Like,
That
come
hurts.
on. It does.
Not right.
It does hurt. But we've been bad. But listen, it's cool because we've been giving each other crap. Like every time he opens the bus, I'm giving him something. He's giving something back. We're going back and forth, and it is nice to have that little bit of that rivalry. I got a teacher friend at school who decided the other day she was going to wear her pink Dak Prescott jersey. Told her that jersey it's not a logo, it's a rating. She damn near fell out of her seat, but that one star. So, but like it is cool. I gotta say that rivalry is real. And that rivalry is a cool thing to kind of go back and forth but do it in a way like we've talked about. Do it in a way that's fun.
Yeah.
I know that I'm gonna give them crap whatever happens. They're gonna give me crap whatever happens.
Yep.
But it's always done it's never on a personal level. It's always on a fun level. And at the end of the day, we know it's sports, but at the end of the day, it's also fuck the Cowboys.
Fuck the Cowboys. Let's go.
Now I can't say that to Jay with a bus full of school kids.
No, you can't. You just give them the finger and say Cowboys.
I can say it up here.
Mentally, I'm saying go fuck yourself, Jay.
That's right.
Oh, man.
Rich, give me your final thoughts.
Final thoughts. First, my final thoughts are shout out to Nick. Nick did Drunk on Brawl with us. It's my boy. It's my best friend. His mom tragically passed away.
Oh, no.
Over the weekend. Wasn't something that was expected, but there's complications from an aneurysm in her brain. They did what they could, but, it's a very tough thing to overcome. Nick's mom was like my mom. I loved Jamie. I loved Mama Kay. Whenever we had bad days or, just wanted to get out of like our house, her door was always open and we would just go in. The times I'm just sitting there watching Lifetime movies with her and just, having a good time. And she was an amazing lady, fed all of us kids. And trust me, she would have a house full of like fucking 15 kids, but never turned anybody away and would just laugh and just smile and just, was like the mom to the whole group. And we're going to miss her. We love her because I know I do. I love that woman. I adored her. She would always call me her third son. I mean, she tried to claim me the 1 year on her taxes because I was there so much. And, she always provided for her boys. Growing up, Nick was, I remember like 4 residents that like he was at like in 4 different years and just hopping around. And they always made it work. She provided for, her kids, but provided for us and the neighborhood kids and was just an overall awesome person. So, Mom, I'm going to miss you. I love you. And Nick, JT, and, the whole family. Stay strong. We love you too. So, just hug them a little closer. Hug everybody a little closer.
Nick, thoughts and prayers with your family. I mean, that's, it's something you never want to experience. It's never something, especially when it's unexpected like that. But Rich, I'm not even going to say anything. We're just going to leave it at that. We'll leave it at the tribute to Mama Kay and just kind of, we'll let it lie from there. Rich, take us home.
As always, first and foremost, I'm Rich. That's Dom. We're Drunk on Broad, but it's always fuck Dallas, fuck Deshaun Watson, fuck Ben Simmons, fuck James Harden, fuck Jonathan Gannon, and everybody else who wears that nice Dallas star on their chest in the Philadelphia region, the good old tri-state area, the 1,000 miles away from Dallas. Fuck you too.
Ain't never been to Dallas.
Ain't never
find Dallas on a map.
Can't tell us what state Dallas is in because they're so dumb. Because you got to be dumb to wear that Cowboys jersey. I'm sorry. You got to be dumb. So, as always, fuck Dallas. I'm Rich. That's Dom. We're Drunk on Broad. We love you. Peace.
Later, skaters. Go Birds.
Go Birds!
This is the Broad Street Line, where Philly sports fans leave all of their sports hot takes. Call 267-405-3062 and show us your passion for Philly sports. Don't forget to tune in every Wednesday at 8:30 when we listen to your live reactions to the thrill of victory or the agony of defeat.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions.
E-A-T-L-E-S